Hello, welcome to another in our little mini-series about the Korg Volca. We've been exploring the kind of accessories, connectivity, problems, solutions, that kind of thing. I'm Nick Batt, editor of SonicLAB.com.
Yeah, I'm Gaz Williams, bass player and a producer and toy fiddler.
A toy fiddler. Well, you've got 4 of the Volcas, right?
That's right, yeah.
And I recently reviewed the Volca FM. And one of the things that we came up with, obviously a lot of people are using Beatstep Pros, particularly because, you know, if you're talking about a sort of portable sequencing kind of solution, we've got a Beatstep Pro here, and we just found, we actually only discovered this today, didn't we? Which was kind of cool. I've been using it to split Midi, but what we've basically got going on here is the Beatstep Pro's got a Midi output. Now, obviously you get an input and an output adapter, but what you can do is you can take a splitter, such as this Belkin headphone splitter or any kind of mini jack headphone splitter, as long as it's stereo, and we've got, this is an Ovation one, which follows the same protocol.
Yeah.
We've plugged 3 in.
Yeah, 3 in. Yeah, and it is worth mentioning, actually, Novation and Arturia are using the same wiring on the mini jack. Korg
is a different
one. So that is one thing to be aware of. I have been moaning about the lack of MIDI DIN jacks, but here's actually an example where
we're creating a hardware
MIDI
distribution.
Using this, I guess, you know, with the Beatstep Pro, it's too thin to accommodate a jack, so we can let them off there. But this actually makes it a real winner. We didn't have any more of these things, so we couldn't have tested it. But I'm assuming
we could up to 5.
We could have 5 MIDI. Well, but actually, in the case of the Beatstep Pro, there's only 3 sequencers anyway.
Yeah.
So this works out fine. But to our amazement, it works.
So, for instance, like here, we've got sequence 1 is going to the Volca Beat.
Volca bass.
Volca bass, sorry.
Yep.
Number 2 is going to the Volca FM.
Yep.
And then the drums are going to the Volca Beat. So we can create a sequence. We don't have to use the sequences in here. And if we were getting really clever about it, we could use the control mode of the Beatstep Pro to program up specific parameter tweaks that we could do in real time. I mean, assuming these weren't in a place that we could get hold of.
Yeah. So the fact that this actually kind of comes together is pretty cool because, you know, so if we start the sequence,
something might happen. Oh, sounds like the bass drum's going over a bit. So there we go. So it's a very simple 16-step, but if you imagine all of the sequences inside the Volcas are short sequences. With the Beatstep Pro, we can go up to
the 64 steps.
64 steps, so we could expand that considerably.
And now, obviously, the Beatstep Pro has actually got a song mode in there as well, where you can chain them together.
Chain them up,
so you can make more kind of sophisticated sequences. The Volca FM has got a more sophisticated sequencer than the original. These are with the original 2, well, that and the keys as well. But in combination, is actually a pretty powerful and creative combo. And the best bit about this lot,
you're powering all of it off just a juice battery.
Yeah. So watch our other episode if you're interested. We're using this 9 volt, this sort of 5 volt USB to 9 volt adapter that we've covered in another episode.
And this is going to a splitter, which is powering the 3 Volcas, but it also is powering the Arturia Beatstep. So we're fully mobile.
Fully mobile off just the 1 battery pack. So that's pretty cool. And I mean, just the fact that this works, it does kind of makes me think about all sorts of other possibilities.
That's right.
Yeah. So quick, simple little tip, but these things you get them for tenner or something.
And also the other thing is you can buy these adapters separately from Arturia, so you could buy another 2. Last time I checked, they were sold out there. I think they're about 15 quid for a pair, and then so you could have multiple ones. So it's quite useful if you're using it to run multiple MIDI hardware on different channels, and you don't want to have some kind of other MIDI routing going on or another computer in the box.
And of course, if you had the 5 Volcas and you had them attached through your computer.
You could set, well, not only that, but if you had 5, you could use 2 of them with receiving MIDI clock, so their sequences would run timed to the Arturia Beatstep Pro. I got those words out there in the
yeah,
end.
yeah. So the sequences coming off the Beatstep Pro to 3, and then the Volca's own sequences running off the other 2. So yeah,
there we go. So there's just a few more ideas of how you can hook this all up, just using a little bit of extra hardware and just some slightly lateral thinking.
Yeah. That's amazing. It works.
Okay, that's it for this time. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.